All right, the warrior of hype is here. What's up, Final fans? Let's take a look at the map of Valisthea one more time. Now, on the official website of Final Fantasy 16, they have posted new screenshots. And what I have done is I've gone through and I said, you know what? Let's analyze those pictures, find out where they are on the map based off of visual clues, and let's see where we are on the map and what part of the map we're going to be able to explore, you know what I mean? And that might also help us determine what this open world is going to be like. So we're going to place the pictures on the map. We're going to look at them, and I'm going to tell you why I placed them there. And then we're also going to I'm going to describe how I think the open world is going to be handled. So let's just go. Let's get it. Let's zoom in right here to the most obvious picture of them all. This is clearly Clive standing in front of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque, and there's the gigantic Drake's head mother crystal in the background, and I believe he's standing precisely right there. Like, there it is, this little marker here. I believe he's standing exactly right there, looking onto the castle. You can even see this the river right there, and if I get rid of the realm and maybe even get rid of the text there, you can actually see right there. You can see the water line kind of going in like that, and then on the map you see the water line kind of going in like that. There it is. So what this picture tells me is that he is indeed standing right there looking at the castle, or the empire. And if you're able to just walk down this path, which I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know if there's going to be some like dotted lines like Final Fantasy 14 style, where you go through some dotted lines and then you'll find yourself in a certain area in this, because this is a whole lot to really kind of, I don't know, design. But hey, maybe they've done it. Maybe they've really created full kingdoms and everything like that you can literally just walk into, based off of the messages from the development team. One key word stood out to me was seamless. Now, this was, of course, an English translated interview or message, but he says seamless. I believe it was Yoshi P that says, I hope you enjoy this seamless exploration and stuff like that. So paraphrasing, of course, but seamless was definitely the key word that stood out to me. So if it's seamless, you literally just walk right in and you can explore. I'm sure that they'll have like different alleyways and stuff blocked off where you have to go down the path. But if it's just literally just walk into that, that's amazing. But anyways, this little I don't know, development or mountain range or whatever, it could be a part of the windmill that's right next to him. That's kind of why I placed it there, because this right here is a windmill. This looks like a windmill. Gives me some like Fort Condor vibes, actually, because you go in here. But yeah, so that's where I believe that photo is. And then let's go ahead and go into this one here. Now, I placed this is the one I was most unsure of, because there was a couple key things that had me thinking. I was like, all right, well, I see water, so it's kind of got to be around a water location, right? I see some weird looking architecture. So weird looking architecture. And then if you go here, what the heck is this thing? I am not sure. We can look at the old map and get a different view of whatever this is. But there it is. It looks weird enough for it to be on here. And I said, hey, maybe you go in there and it's right there. Maybe it's in the freaking waterfall that we'll get to in a minute. Or maybe they went a little too wild and put the freaking end of the game, you know, as a screenshot, like you're going up to the freaking last boss. But we don't know. We'll go back over here. Now, this is the waterfall I was talking about. And then I placed this foresty area right here along this river in the forest. Now, let me show you why I believe it is exactly in that location. As we'll zoom out. This is the only part of Valisthea that is surrounded by forest and has a river running through it. Now, if we go over here, I can't really find any. I mean, where has forest on both sides? Maybe right here. This could be it. But right here is definitely there. And now if we go over on this side, I mean, there's no forest on both sides of the river. It just feels like this is exactly where it goes. Right there in this location. So we'll bring back our predicted locations right there again. And I believe he's heading towards the waterfall. I mean, we got a river running through here. There it is. Also, I have another reason why I put them there. If you zoom in on Clive, Clive is wearing this outfit. So whoever was like, hey, can you go in there and get some screenshots for the website? And he's like, yeah, I'll go here. And then I'll take a few steps over here because it's the same outfit. He's wearing the same outfit. And he comes over here and he takes a snapshot there. And then we'll go down here to Dalmekia. I believe this is Dalmekia. Somewhere in Dalmekia. Now I put it over here on this this grayish white kingdom castle icon because of the spires that are coming out. Now if you back out a little bit, you can see the spires. You can see the spires here, and then if you look around, there's not very many locations that have those spires in consecutive order, like boom, 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 right? Over here, no spires that we can see. No spires. This could be maybe, but I don't think so. It has that earthy vibe, right? Like doesn't that have like an earthy vibe? It's got the freaking palm tree looking things. It just feels like this is south, right? And then yeah, nowhere else do you see those spires. Maybe right here, maybe. And then we go over here and there's nothing. There's nothing. So I believe I nailed it right here. I believe this is the entrance to whatever this location is, the state of Dalmekia. And then over here, I was just like, hey, this has an earthy vibe. This is the one, I literally just placed it here. It feels earthy. It's got the Dalmekia feel to it, maybe. And I just kind of placed it here. You know what I mean? Because why not? It's got some mountain ranges. It's yeah, that's pretty much it. I really, honestly, if you have a better idea for that, I would just say okay, and I'd move it there. But let's go over to Ash, the continent of Ash, which is under the control of Valod, and we'll go down here. Now this is interesting because I believe that the guy who took the screenshots was like, snap, wait like an hour for it to go nighttime, and then snap. Because I feel like these are the same location. You have the pine trees here. You have the wet area because it's raining. Hey, which by the way, real-time weather, which is exciting, and real-time day and night cycle, which I feel like we already kind of knew this was going to be in there. But hey, I feel like it's almost confirmed, right? Real-time weather. You got some weather. You got the sun setting, and then there it is. It's nighttime. It's nighttime, which means yes, you are correct. Just like this one over here. I've rotated this image upside down, and you're like, why did you do that? And I say to you, because the sun is, I feel like it's setting. So if it is setting indeed, then it is facing towards these mountains. It is and the sun sets in the west. But hey, for the sake of this image, I will rotate it back around, and then we can take a look back at it. I don't know, I kind of set it over here because it's wet, it's marshy, and one of the things that I know about marshes is they show up where there's a river, where there's a water source, I should say, and there's not very many trees around. And there's just this one lonely tree in a big open area, got a little mountain range back there. Hey, look at that. There's a river running through here, there's no trees around, and yeah, I mean, it just seems like this is going to be a very wet land area over here on this continent in Valod. And then this is a very dry biome and a very foresty biome. You know, it just kind of has your different different feels to it, and I think these 3 photos were snapped on the same continent, same area almost. Yeah, and then you can even see a little bit right here that it is still kind of marshy. Water is collecting. So there you go. That's what I'm thinking right there, and I think I've covered all of the images. I have. So there you go. What do you think of that, huh? What do you think of that? Now let me go and kind of give you my rundown of this map a little bit more. Predictions, okay? Predictions. Since this is kind of a prediction of the map, let's get rid of the predicted location. Actually, no, bring them back. I'd like to take you down a theory of the whole entire game. Let's go through the entire game. Let's go a predicted path, okay? Follow me out because I'm John Madden this, all right? We're going to start here. We're going to go from the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, the big castle right there. We're going to go over to the military fort in which Clive is going to encounter an Imperial Dragoon. And this Imperial Dragoon, they're like, wait, what are you doing here, man? And they're going to be like, do they really wish to invade us? Yes, that is a quote directly taken from the first trailer. So where would you come to invade if you're an Imperial force? Well, you'd have to come through here. You have to come up from the Holy Empire of Sambrick, and you're going to have to come all the way over here. So if you sent a scout, you're not going to send them across the ocean. That's way too obvious. You've got an Imperial ship just sit in the sea. I mean, you'd spot that. So we got to send a scout through here, and we're going to have to go through the fort because it is literally funneling. You have to go through this fort in order to get to the castle because this mountain range here is literally going to funnel them into here. So that's why I believe that Imperial scout there is also when he jumps up into the air and you can see him coming back down with that spear. It looks like you got these rounded these castle ends. Goodness sake, I didn't look this up since the last video, but I believe they're rooks from chess. All right, that's what I'm gonna call them, a rook. Now you go here back down to report what you have just found. You're like, hey, yo, Archduke, hey, there's a Imperial scout at the military fort. What you gonna do about it? And then maybe, I'm thinking, I mean, just so that these areas don't go to complete waste, I think you're going to spend some time in Rosaria at some point, but this is the main storyline. Like, this is what I'm going through, the main storyline. But I feel like you'll visit some of the different small provinces, you know, of Rosaria. You'll check them out. You'll say hi to them. You'll come back to it, and then things are going to go down when Ifrit and freaking Phoenix are having their big gigantic kaiju battle, and then Clive is going to have to get out of there because he doesn't know what the heck happened to him, and now he's all he knows is that Ifrit has killed Joshua or something like that, right? He's got to be set on a path to revenge, and now he's got to get out of there because Rosaria has fallen, which is going to send him over here to the Iron Kingdom where the time jump is going to occur. Now I believe that young Clive is going to go to this Iron Kingdom because it's the only place for him to retreat. And what a great place to retreat to, because the Iron Kingdom despises dominance. They look at them as unholy abominations. So if you want to seek out your revenge on icons and dominance and this fate, you would want to just kind of adapt to these people. They don't even speak his language. He's going to live among them for a while as he's just kind of gonna, you know, live among them, train there, and just filled with rage until eventually. This is just me just going crazy with it. Eventually, he's going to go across the sea on a mission to kill the dominant of Shiva. Yes, that rings a bell because that is from the first trailer where they're like, do we even know the dominant of Shiva is here? And like, hey, we don't question orders, we just do them, right? And then Clive looked a little bit conflicted, and I would say he looked conflicted because my theory, once again here, please don't take this as like I know what I'm talking about, but my theory is Jill is the dominant of Shiva, and if Jill Warwick, which is like kind of like a sister to Clive because Rosaria brought in Jill from the fallen northern territories to live among them, and it's she's kind of a sister to Clive, but hey, guess what? I need revenge, and I just need to freaking do it, so he's conflicted, right? the whole battle between Titan and Shiva, all this other stuff. I feel like first of all, the reason why the Empire invaded Rosaria was to get Jill. I don't know if I got to circle back to that. I'm getting too ahead of myself here. I feel like they came back to get Jill because I think the Empire is like, hey, she belongs to the Empire because she was up here up in the north, right? Come in there and go get Shiva and have another icon on their side. That's big. So we come down here. I think you'll follow this path. I don't know exactly what's happening around here. You're probably going to visit some of these towns. You'll make your way to Dalmekia. You'll come back up here. You're going to go to the Crystalline Dominion, and then you'll come down here. I'll get a little spoily there. Spoily. You come down this path. You're in Wallowed now. First of all, at the Crystalline Dominion, that's where you're gonna find out about the whole conflict within this world several years later, right? What's going on in the world? We'll find that out. Come back over here to the Kingdom of Valod. And I don't know. I mean, I just like saying Valod now that MJ Gallagher told me it was Valod, So you come up here. I think we're gonna invade or attack the Empire, which is going to send us back over to this continent. For the first time, we're going to visit this area of the map, and we're going to go to the Holy Kingdom of Sambrick. We're going to come back down, and a whole bunch of crap is going to happen. This is the point of the story where this is whatever between your continents, whatever between your realms, none of that matters. It's all about the gods of this universe, the gods of this world, the crystals, and it's time to make them stop shaping the history. They've done it for far too long, and freaking Clive is ready to rise up and challenge that fate. And what he's going to do, he's going to find himself in this whirlpool where I believe Drake's heart Mother Crystal is, the mother of all mother crystals, the mother FF crystal, the Drake's heart. And he's going to freaking stab the Drake's heart and kill the Drake's heart, which is going to destroy all of the crystals, the rest of the Drake, probably going to summon the Drake itself, and you're going to have to fight this gigantic Drake and kill it, and everything's going to go down, and then that's where it's the whirlpool is the final area of this world. So that's me going crazy with it. Thank you for indulging, but let's go back to the map one more time and let's predict how I feel the open world will be handled. So let's get rid of the predicted path. Now,